trouble that's developing here. Yeah, I'm a little nervous. You hear my heart? Surprised my lapels aren't bouncing. Good day. Those of you with the Norwegian persuasion know that good day means good day. This Norwegian taught in a Dutch community in Iowa for a while. And to them, good dog was what Timmy told Lassie when she'd saved his life. Graduation day is always a good day, especially for the graduates. Whether it be from kindergarten, 8th grade, high school, business, trade, or college, the feeling of accomplishment is great. Remember these? Remember these? When I taught school, these were a twofold tool. First, of course, to clean the chalkboard. And secondly, to gain the attention of an errant student. And at the same time, the rest of the class. It was 21 years ago since I've been on this stage. That's when I graduated with the class of '67. I didn't get to the podium that day, but I did receive a signed diploma. Since that time, my highlights have been graduating from UND, teaching in Iowa, returning to North Dakota to farm, getting married, and having a future Northwood graduate on the way. I should also include in there the wealth of friends that I've gained in my lifetime. About a month ago, Linda and I were home watching TV when the phone rang. The unfamiliar voice introduced himself as Eric Mott, president of the senior class. He said the class would like to do something different and wondered if I would speak at graduation. I told him I'd have to think about that. After considering what an honor it is to speak at a graduation, when Eric called again, I accepted. I accepted thinking there'd be a rainy day or two to prepare this speech. That night, I couldn't sleep, just tossed and turned. So I got up, went to my office. About 3 o'clock that morning, I had 3 pages of speech written. That evening, when I got home from the farm, I read what I'd written and realized how tired I must have been. And after I get through with this, you'll realize it's been kind of busy and how little rain has come. It was 8 years ago when Superintendent Bob Shepard asked me if I was interested in teaching for part of the winter. I said yes, and I was the 4th teacher that the 4th grade had that year. That 4th grade class is a class of 88. I remember my first day. I hadn't been in front of a classroom for 5 years, but I didn't think it would have changed. It had. And I had. I looked out over the shiny faces and recognized about 4, I suppose. As I read the roll, I asked each of them to let me know who they were. And I was surprised to hear so many familiar names. After asking who moms and dads were, I realized, and it turned out, that some were classmates of mine, some were a little younger, some were a little older, but all were friends, relatives, or acquaintances of mine. After the first few days, Alvern Bjerke, the 3rd grade teacher, asked me how my class was. I remember telling her, well, I've got a bunch of giggly little girls that kind of like the idea of having a man for a teacher. A typical bunch of boys that'd rather be out throwing snowballs or playing tag. And one never shuts up. Actually, I had the best bunch of students a teacher could ever want. Intelligent as a whole, well-behaved as a whole, but yet a bunch of innocent kids. Innocent to the point they always let me know if I messed up or missed something. And I wouldn't have traded them for anything. The next 3.5 months were actually kind of trying for me. Oh, not because of problems with the class, but just to stay ahead of this group. Looking back, I'm not real sure that they learned a lot, but I enjoyed working with them. And I made a lot of friends that I'm proud to say are graduating today. Here they are. Not kids anymore, but the men and women of 1988. Aren't they a handsome group? A graduation speech has to include words like determination, hard work, honesty, caring, and direction. These are some of the things that have brought you to this point and will continue to influence your future. Your class motto, quote, we came here as friends, strangers, excuse me. It's right behind, you can read along with me. We came here as strangers, we stayed here as friends, and we leave here with memories that will never end, unquote. This will follow you through your lifetimes, because many places you go, you'll be a stranger. Most places you go, you'll make friends. And everywhere you go, you'll have memories that will never end. Up until now, most of your successes and failures have been influenced by others. Oh, you still may be influenced by others. But your destinies are going to be a result of your personal decisions. Here we have 32 individual personalities with futures that present a new challenge every day. No two will choose the same path, nor should they. What I'm trying to say is, don't try to be someone you're not, but choose the path that's right for you. Some say that 12 years is a long time to put into education. It's a lifetime for some, a tick of the clock for others. I'd like to take this opportunity to suggest that all of you at least consider pursuing some form of continuing education. The goal of continuing your education should not be limited to textbook learning, but also expanding your social skills, exposing yourself to the cultural world, and experiencing the vast differences in being personally independent. Simply put, expanding and extending that person that's already there. There's a saying, life's a bear camp and then you die. Now, some of you have heard that worded a little differently, but the meaning stands the same. I don't want to see that for any of you. Rather, search out and find that profession, occupation, or livelihood that makes you happiest. I'd really enjoy mentioning the names of each of my former Northwood students, along with a memory or their personal accomplishments. It makes me proud to have been associated with each of them. But the rest of the afternoon would be taken just giving the individual congratulations that could be made. Instead, I'll simply say congratulations to one and all on the many and very honors you've been bestowed. Thank you for the entertainment, the hours of entertainment, as I've followed you from the 4th grade. And the very best to you all on fulfilling your goals and your dreams. Good luck, gang, and good dog.